My brother and sister, most people don't know this, but there are 5 dangerous creatures that Islam commands us to kill immediately. No hesitation, no delay. And here's the shocking part. Even during Ihram, the holiest state of Hajj and Umrah, when killing anything is forbidden, these 5 creatures are still an exception. Because the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam said they bring serious harm, destroy homes, spread disease, and endanger lives. If you want to protect your family, your peace, and your home, you must know these 5 deadly creatures and why Islam warns us so strongly about them. Let's begin. Islam is a religion built on mercy, balance, and the protection of all living beings. However, when a creature becomes a direct threat to human life, health, or safety, Islam makes an exception. Creatures that cause significant harm are not protected under the general rule of mercy, because protecting human life is a priority in Sharia. This principle is rooted in the prophetic teaching. There should be neither harm nor reciprocating harm. Islam does not encourage cruelty toward animals, but it teaches us to take action when something becomes dangerous. Some creatures spread disease, contaminate food, damage homes, or physically harm people. Rats, for example, were known to carry illnesses and destroy food supplies. Scorpions and snakes can deliver deadly venom, and certain birds or wild animals can attack or severely injure without warning. When harm becomes likely, Islam allows these creatures to be removed or killed to safeguard human life and property. This ruling reflects a deep wisdom. Human safety takes precedence, and removing danger is an act of responsibility, not aggression. The goal is prevention, not punishment. Islam wants us to live in environments that are clean, safe, and free of threat. Therefore, creatures that directly endanger people fall outside the protection normally given to animals, making their removal a form of preserving life and well-being. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam provided clear and practical guidance on how Muslims should deal with creatures that pose real danger to human life, health, or the home. In authentic Hadith, he, Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam, named 5 harmful creatures that may be killed even within the sacred boundaries of Makkah, a place where harming any living being is usually prohibited. This exception alone shows the seriousness of the danger these creatures bring. These creatures include the scorpion, the rat, the crow, the vicious dog, and the kite type of harmful predatory bird. Scholars explain that these creatures were highlighted because of their destructive nature. Scorpions and dogs can attack without warning, rats spoil food and spread disease, and certain birds steal, injure, or cause chaos. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam did not name them out of hostility toward animals, but out of mercy toward humans who may be harmed by them. This hadith also teaches an important Islamic principle. Necessity overrides general rules. Even in a holy place where hunting and killing are forbidden, protecting human life comes first. Islam values safety, cleanliness, and order, and these creatures threaten that balance. By naming them specifically, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam gave Muslims timeless guidance on when eliminating harm is not only allowed but responsible. Islam places an extremely high value on preserving life, preventing harm, and protecting communities. This is why the ruling regarding killing certain dangerous creatures is rooted in the principle of public safety. Scholars explain that Islamic law is built on 5 essential protections: safeguarding faith, life, intellect, wealth, and lineage. When a creature threatens any of these, taking action becomes not only permissible, but sometimes necessary. Dangerous animals like scorpions, rats, vicious dogs, or harmful birds pose very real risks, spreading disease, attacking children, destroying property, contaminating food, or causing fear and instability in the home. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam emphasized removing harm from pathways, homes, and communities as an act of charity. Therefore, eliminating creatures that actively endanger people falls under the same Islamic principle of removing harm is a form of worship. This ruling also reflects Islam's balance between compassion for animals and responsibility toward human life. Muslims are encouraged to treat all animals kindly, feed them and never harm them without reason. But when an animal becomes a threat, protecting life takes priority. This balanced approach ensures that mercy and wisdom work together. Kindness toward harmless creatures, firmness toward harmful ones, and safety for everyone in society. Islam's command to kill certain harmful creatures is not rooted in hatred, cruelty, or anger, but in prevention of damage, harm, and danger. This is a crucial distinction many people overlook. Islam is a religion of mercy towards humans, animals, and all creation. And every ruling it gives is based on wisdom, protection, and balance. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam taught Muslims to show kindness to animals, to feed them, to avoid overworking them, and never to kill without purpose. Even when slaughtering for food, believers are instructed to do it gently and minimize pain. This shows Islam's deep compassion. However, when a creature becomes a source of harm, disease, destruction, or fear, the ruling changes for the sake of public safety. Scorpions, rats, harmful dogs, crows, and dangerous reptiles are examples. They destroy food supplies, spread sickness, injure people, especially children, and in some cases can even cause death. Allowing them to roam freely would put homes and communities at constant risk. Thus, the command to kill these creatures is practical, protective, and based on necessity, not emotion. It ensures that Muslims remove harmful elements from their environment to safeguard life, which is a primary objective in Islam. The goal is simple: prevent harm, protect people, and maintain a safe, healthy, peaceful home and society. One of the most striking proofs of how serious these harmful creatures are in Islam is that the ruling to kill them does not change even when a Muslim is in Ihram. Ihram is a sacred state during Hajj or Umrah, where a believer is prohibited from harming any living creature, not even plucking a leaf, let alone killing an animal. Yet despite these strict restrictions, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi Wasallam made an exception for a few specific harmful creatures. This exception alone shows how dangerous and damaging they are. If something is so harmful that a Muslim is allowed, even commanded, to kill it in a state where killing is normally forbidden, then its threat is extremely serious. In Ihram, Muslims must avoid hunting, killing insects, or causing harm to anything in nature. But for creatures like scorpions, rats, harmful dogs, and others mentioned in authentic Hadith, the ruling remains the same. Eliminate the harm before it eliminates you or someone else. This special allowance teaches a powerful lesson. Islam prioritizes human life, safety, and well-being above all else. Protecting people from danger is more important than maintaining the general prohibition of killing during Ihram. So when the ruling does not change even in the holiest and most restricted state, it reminds us that removing these harmful creatures is not optional. It is an act of responsibility, protection, and obedience to Allah's wisdom.